Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Friday, July 18th at 12:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2014. And sort of connecting with the saga of yesterday in terms of irony and sarcasm in written electronic communications, whether email or text. I've gotten a fair amount of feedback from that. Interestingly, that video got watched 9 times, within a few hours after I put it up, and that's moderately unheard of from my stuff. I mean, it usually takes a couple days to get up to 9 views, and some of them never get to 9 views. So he allows us how my 20-year-old friend, has an interesting point, albeit interestingly constructed. And then he raises a couple of interesting points. My son raises a couple of interesting points. You must remember that many smart people do not appreciate sarcasm in the same way we do, particularly if they haven't grown up around it. And some even find sarcasm itself to be a weapon or tool used by those with weaker minds. Of course, to appreciate sarcasm, one must also have a sense of humor in addition to a reasonable knowledge of the topic being critiqued or described. And he goes on to talk about how sometimes when he deals with various women, he runs into a problem with that. I hadn't really thought about some people finding it threatening. Interesting point. Duly noted. So I've actually had, as I said, a fair amount of feedback on this. I got, and I sure appreciate all the folks that have sort of taken the time to write me and talk to me about this. A businessman fellow with whom I correspond, he said that if, in terms of using email communications in his line of work, excuse me, he said that if you had not previously met the person face to face and really gotten along well, any attempt to engage in that sort of rhetoric was prone to blow up in one's face. He'd also run this little colloquy and controversy by his 19 and 21-year-old sons, and they completely agreed with my 20-year-old buddy. And then a woman who's, let's see, I'm 62, she's almost 80, and she's got 2 grandchildren, and they're 13 and 15, and they basically agreed with my friend. And she said that she had taught down at the university English rhetoric and English writing and that sort of thing for many years. And she said toward the end of her career, she had started to encounter the problem of people not understanding, certainly the students not understanding irony and sarcasm. I do still think that this is linked to the larger problem of the relentless feminization of American and indeed Western culture in general. We are now largely a very humorless people, at least among the more mediocre of minds. Large areas of intellectual life are irony-free zones and have been for quite some time. Still, I try to keep a small fire burning here on the Joe Kersey channel, sort of like the folks that still had books in Fahrenheit 451. Which, if you haven't read that book, you really ought to read the book. And ideally also see them, if you can find the movie, watch the movie. Great. Great book, great movie. I think it was Ray Bradbury, if I'm not mistaken, who's now sadly been gone for many years now, I guess. One of the very few science fiction-y type things that I actually ever enjoyed. Okay, now apparently my son's on the way up here, and so maybe we'll have some more interactions here. All right. Well, it appears that Thomas has come up to spend a little time here with me here today. Hola!
Hola! Are we live to the world?
Well, not live,
live.
right at the moment.
At the moment, we will be. This is a tape delay, folks.
Well, very good.
How's it going?
Not too bad, actually. Said he dropping the camera down too low.
All right.
I keep seeing I keep seeing the tip of my thing.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, that's a nice problem to have, isn't it? Yeah.
It's, if you can see it, then that means you're probably doing all right.
That's good. Yes, it's reassuring sight, isn't it? Thomas and I are discussing YouTube and how we use it and how it works. And
I have three subscribers.
You have three? Oh, excellent. One of them's me.
Yeah, that's great. How many do you have?
I have 43 now.
You have 43 subscribers. I have 3. I think that upsets me. I don't know.
Does that mean mine's bigger than yours?
Well, you're probably not.
Yeah, no, that's true. Probably isn't.
Yep, 43 subscribers. There you go. All right.
Oh, you found me?
Oh, I know you. I can look you up too.
Oh.
I want to see how many views I have.
Oh, yeah. What? Speak to me, Zelnot.
I'm just talking to the YouTubers.
Well, absolutely.
I want to see how many views total I have.
Yeah.
Like, I can look at my individual videos and see how many views I have, but I don't know.
Yeah, you can go to Video Manager and all that, but yeah. But usually when I go over there, it tells me that the top of the thing tells me how many total views I've had.
Stand by.
Now, a lot of that, of course, is just people clicking on to make a comment, even if they don't watch the whole thing again.
Well, comments are ridiculous.
I like comments.
You like comments now because you have a relatively small subscriber base.
Well, I'm not going to be, making merch, so I probably will still always have a relatively small subscriber base. I like the smaller, quirkier guys. Well, you know that. I mean, that's always been my taste in guys anyway. Smaller, quirkier anyway.
Pirates.
Well, yeah, pirate. Well, Mark of Peterborough. That was an abortive night, but a great night nonetheless.
It was a great night, and you know what? We wouldn't be talking about Mark of Peterborough right now if anything else had happened but what had happened.
I have a feeling, though, that the landlady of that place wouldn't have minded if Mark of Peterborough had shown up and wandered down to breakfast the next day.
But I would have.
I imagine her daughter wouldn't have minded either, since she was trying to put the moves on both of us. Tell the story, Tom.
Well, it's also muddled.
No, it's at the Pelican in Peterborough.
Was that the one with the downstairs bathroom?
No, that was the one in, it was in Glastonbury when you and I were sort of pissed at each other.
Where I wasn't pissed at you, I was just tired. But that was the one where you had to walk down the stairs.
Well, I was pissed at you.
Well, you're randomly pissed off at me most
No, I
of the
was.
time.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
you were at that time.
Well,
You were mad because I'd taken like a nap when you didn't want me to take a nap.
yeah, well, I was also mad because you had slept all the way down from Durham, and not watched any of the wonderful, like, sheep.
God forbid anybody that's jet lagged take a fucking
Hell,
nap.
we weren't jet lagged by then. We'd been over there for 2 weeks.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Go on. Have your
I would
say.
have been happy to drive, by the way, as well.
No, I'm not when you're asleep. I wouldn't have been happy for you to
Well,
drive.
I wouldn't have been asleep
Well,
while I was driving.
Oh well, first of all, you wouldn't have been. You weren't on the insurance.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, honey, you had to be 25 to be on the insurance. That's God's fault, not yours.
No, it's the insurance company's fault. But fine, touche. But nonetheless, then I'm not allowed to drive. I'm jet lagged, and I'm sorry, YouTubers. This was
Hell,
not
you
2
could-
weeks.
you-
This was not 2 weeks
No,
in because
no.
we were only there for like 17
No,
days.
no,
No.
but, When
This
we were in Durham, no, Durham was not day 3. Durham was more like day 10. Because we spent 2 nights in Glastonbury, and we drove straight down from Durham all the way down. Well, we didn't drive all the way because we stopped at was it Leeds or that railway hotel.
Where was our first night?
Our first night in our trip
Our first night there was
in Canterbury.
in Canterbury.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And then we went from Canterbury to...
well, we went up through Rochester, and then we passed through the tunnel and went up toward East Anglia.
And that's where I fell asleep.
Oh, I'm not talking about the Bell Hotel. I don't care about that.
No. You were pissed because I was napping in the car on a long drive.
No.
And
I
on
was.
date like 3 or 4.
I wasn't pissed about that. I wasn't pissed then.
What?
No, I understood that fully then.
Well, that's the only time I napped in the car.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
You might be speaking of the night where we drank 2 gallons of beer and then got up at 8 in the morning. I might have been a little sleepy.
Well,
That wasn't Durham.
Are you a pro or not?
I am a pro, and that was not Durham.
Well, where was that?
That was like...
See, I can't narrow that down because I've many a night
That was like 4 nights in. That was like on our way to Ely or whatever. That was not Durham.
Oh no!
Because on the way to Durham,
that was at the Bell. That wasn't the
because
Bell
on the way
Hotel.
to Durham, we had this like incredibly sarcastic. Sorry, YouTubers, sarcasm is humor in the Kersey family.
Yes,
we
it
had this
is.
incredibly sarcastic, ironic conversation about like if the British really wanted you to find Durham, they'd put it on a map.
Well, I'll tell you, it's almost
And
impossible to find.
Right, exactly. And I was awake for all of
No, well, that was on the way up. Well,
I fell
I'm
asleep.
talking on the way back through Yorkshire when we were having all these wonderful flocks of sheep, holding us up.
I was awake for all of that. You're misremembering.
That is not.
He's misremembering,
That
YouTubers.
is
Listen
not,
to me.
That is not the case, YouTubers.
It is. I fell asleep 2 times. On the road, exactly 2 times.
What?
Once was like day 2 or 3 in because I was still so fucking jet lagged. The second time...
You can't claim jet lag more than 2 days.
No, fuck, I can. I don't adjust. I'm still on like... No, yes I can. And the second time, it was only because we'd been up like super late, and I drank like 2 gallons of beer the night before. Interestingly enough, I was not hungover.
Well,
but I
no,
was
you don't get
sleepy.
hungover on English beer. Oh no, you don't get hungover.
And none
on
of that,
English
YouTubers, was on the way to Durham.
beer. Since
Joe as Kersey YouTubers does have a faulty memory,
Since-
so don't buy everything he says
Since-
hook, line, and sinker because it isn't always true.
Since-
Now I know he gets all mad when you say that, but it's true.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
I'm actually going to give you a chance to shine here and tell one of your favorite stories. When we were staying at the Bell Hotel there in Clare.
No, I'm not going to tell that story.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Well, I'm going to tell.
I don't want. Do you want this going public?
All
right, I'll tell it.
fire. Now, hang on. Now,
Yeah,
but now I'm going to lead. I'm going to do a little bit of a lead in. Now, see, we're staying in this. Now, we're staying in this really nice, sort of 15th century, 16th century hotel.
It was built in 1560.
Yeah, with the uneven floors and everything, it was great. So we go downstairs to the bar, and the pub, the snug, or whatever they call it, and Thomas falls in with a group of folks his own age, over by the fireplace, which was sort of an elevated hearth, and he's having a good time. And then I happen to look over later on, and I find him asleep in this big wing-backed armchair.
You're mixing stories.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. In any case, it's a story. So I fell into conversation with a guy at the bar, as I do whenever I'm at a bar.
This is all accurate. So far, the only part that's not accurate is I wasn't hanging out with people of my own age at this particular event.
Well, they sure look like people your own age, and you look like you were engaging with them.
No, the truth of the matter is that everything else is true. I did, in fact, basically fall asleep in the chair.
So this fellow and I were buying each other drinks, as you do, in an English pub, you buy each other drinks.
Or any bar.
Well,
where people are social.
I don't know in America you do, but you do over there. That's the ethos over there. And so we'd been sitting in there from about 7:38, and
no, like 5.
No, because we were sitting over the cemetery eating fish and chips about 5 or 6.
That was the day before, Dad.
Oh no, that's right. That was in Canterbury. Well, anyway, so
2 days before,
right.
whatever.
So anyway, so well, in any case, this fellow and I were having a great conversation, and he looked over at my napping son by the fire.
I wasn't really napping, YouTubers.
Well,
I was fading.
It looked napping enough to this man.
I was doing one of these.
And he said to me, and this is after we had sort of relaxed each other enough with various drinks. He says, "Now come on." He says, "Now tell me true."
Tell me true.
No, that's
he's not Australian.
No, well, that's no. I mean, this was
It's not an AC/DC concert. Go on. I'm sorry.
This guy,
I'm sorry. Go on.
No. This guy says, "Now tell me true." He says, "Really?" He says, "Is that guy over there your son, or is that just somebody you're traveling around and having it off with?" And I said, "Yeah, he's my son. Look, I can go over and get his passport and show you. I mean, it's the same last name. He's my son." And then so we had a good laugh about that. And then after a couple more pints, back and forth, I said to him, and this was getting near what would pass for closing time then. I think closing time was still around 11. I think it was 11:30
And
then.
I still woke up before, and I had one more fucking pint, YouTuber.
Yeah, no. Thomas turned out to be a pro.
I woke up.
Yeah.
I had another pint.
Yeah.
Then I went to bed.
If Thomas turned out to be a pro, if we
Now,
have,
to be fair,
but
I
we have,
went to bed before he did.
but we have more of that and not. So I asked this guy, I said, "How long does this go on?" And this guy says, "Until one of us stops." Well, as it turned out, when they called time and they closed the place, one of us, we all stopped.
At 11.
No, 11:30.
Yeah.
It was summer rules.
Because in England it's civilized.
Well,
Yeah.
depends on the local authority. But anyway,
And your license.
Yeah. So no license. So in Clare at the Bell Hotel at that time, that was,
Which is like day 3 or 4.
well, I think without getting into details. So we went up to our 16th century. Well, you and
I was already in bed, man.
Well, okay, then I came in.
I think you did.
And I did, and I put my glasses, presumably where I thought I could find them. And now this was an ensuite, as they say, an ensuite arrangement.
Am I supposed to tell the story now?
Well, I'm going to tell you that here
Are
in a
you
moment.
sure you want me to tell this
Yes,
story?
I do,
Because
because you tell it.
it's amazing.
You tell it so good.
Well,
You tell it so well.
well,
rather.
yeah,
Yes, you
don't-
tell it so well.
come on.
I'm sorry.
grammar, minus 1 point.
I know. Well,
I
hell,
subtract 1 point.
I've been hanging around 20-year-olds too much, haven't I?
Well, that's not an excuse.
no,
You should be educating these
no, but
20-year-olds.
it sure is fun.
Well, I'd rather hang out with a 20-year-old that uses proper grammar.
I'd rather hang out with a 20-year-old than no 20-year-old at all.
Touche.
Anyway, so tell this story, and if it's not good enough, I'll retell
What story? Oh, you mean what happened
I mean,
after?
I think the massive hemorrhage that night.
So, YouTubers,
I'm going to have to focus in on Thomas for this one.
YouTubers, let me set the stage for you.
Yes. Oh, please do.
We're in a hotel that was built in like 1560. You can't do anything in this hotel without everyone else in the hotel knowing exactly what you're doing.
Kind of like my house where I grew up.
They've added over time, they've carved out these en-suite restrooms, right? So that you could take a leak in your hotel room. This is an upper-end hotel. Actually, I recall my father saying that it was a little more expensive than what we were looking for.
Yeah, but
it was all we could find at the time, so that's what we did.
But considering it wasn't that expensive, considering what we got, it wasn't that expensive.
Yeah, but it was like 36 pounds a night. So at the time in '97,
no, it was like $75 a night. That wasn't bad.
36 pounds a night. No, it's all right. Just fine. Anyway,
because the exchange rate was like 173.
The point is, YouTubers, is that when you flush the toilet in this particular en-suite restroom,
are we thinking of a different place?
There is a motorized. Will you let me tell the story?
Are you thinking of that thing outside of
Are you gonna let me tell
Gleston?
the story?
Well, yes, but I want to be sure we're telling the right story.
I'm telling the right story.
Okay,
but
well,
I'm telling it in full detail.
You tell it right away, and then if I have to correct it, I will.
So when you flush the toilet,
that's my prerogative.
And yeah, well, I mean, you can get it wrong if you want. So when you
flush
the toilet, as in many of these en-suite older hotels, there's a motorized pump in the toilet.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. You were so wasted. I'm surprised you don't remember any of this.
Well, I've been drinking. First of all,
I know.
First of all,
excuses are for the weak.
That's right.
Zip it.
Right.
All right. So
no excuses.
So when you flush the toilet,
you're absolutely right.
I'm
sorry.
And I learned this the hard way.
I like that. I want to say that again. Excuses are for the weak.
Excuses are like for the. Excuses are for the weak.
Excuses are for the weak. I love that. I'm going to emblazon that somewhere.
Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Well, no,
right,
no.
So.
Well, they do, but excuses.
Oh my God! Do you want me to tell the story or not?
Yes,
Dad?
I do.
Or stop talking for a moment.
I'll try.
Fuck.
Well, then overrun me. Overwhelm me. Take me.
When you flush the toilet, YouTubers, in one of these establishments, so you flush the toilet, and there's this like, which is the motor running, which runs the pump, which pumps it all down.
I thought it was a macerator.
Okay.
I thought it ground up the turd or something.
Perhaps. I don't know. In any case, I got up to take a leak. That's how I learned about the toilet. Now, everybody in the hotel knows that when you flush this toilet, because it's so loud, right?
Well, you have to flush it every time you take a leak.
Well, all right. Well, we can get into your upbringing later. But here's the deal. So I'm asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm in the Bell Hotel. I'm disoriented. I'm tired. I've had like 9 pints of beer. But I feel good.
What an
I'm okay.
amateur.
But I wake up. And what I wake up to is my father, who's gotten out of the second bed.
Well, you're finally actually going to get to the story.
Well, if I could get to the story.
I'm sorry.
My father's wandering around the room in his boxer shorts. Like this. Looking around, casting about.
Well, I couldn't find my glasses.
And I wake up and I say, Dad. Oh, wait, no, it gets better. He's wandering around and he turns and he opens the door to the hallway.
Right, because I wanted to try to find the can.
And he's going out. No, you weren't. And I say, Dad, close the door. And he goes, okay. And he closes the door. And I said, what are you looking for? And he goes, I can't find my glasses. I said, well, your glasses are on the dresser. Okay. And he kind of wanders around. I said, Dad, what do you need? He goes, I need to go to the can. I said, well, the can is that way. And I point to our room, our bathroom ensuite.
Oh, sweet.
And so he staggers in. He goes, okay. And he staggers in the bathroom and he closes the door. Now,
Oh.
it's like 3 in the morning, YouTubers, and I figured that's the end of it.
Yeah,
I
it was
lay
about 3.
awake
Yeah, it was
now.
about
I
3.
lay awake,
It was about 3.
but then I hear this. After a little bit, a few moments, I hear this. Oh! Now I'm laying in bed in the dark. I hear this. Oh! And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But keep in mind, I'm like 22 years old.
Well, it's 1995.
Oh!
So you were 21.
And then I hear this. Oh! Now I'm quoting.
This is quote.
Oh, good Christ! Oh, dear Jesus! Oh! Oh! I'm getting concerned.
I was invoking the Almighty.
Yes, you were. And so I'm getting understandably concerned. You know, my father, he's older. And I'm concerned. And you know, I'm laying there trying to decide what to do. It's dark. My dad's in there. It sounds like he's having a you know, like a miscarriage. I don't know what's going on.
That was more than a miscarriage.
Oh, dear Jesus.
I remember saying, "Oh dear Jesus Christ."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's terrible.
One of the few times I've ever.
And then there's this pause, and then I hear this. And here's the buildup. If you would have let me give.
I'm sorry.
And then I hear this. From this motorized toilet. So now everybody in the Bell Hotel knows that something has gone on. Dad comes out of the room into the bedroom, and of course I'm concerned. I say, Dad, are you all right? And he says, without missing a beat, without even pausing us, yeah, I blew a roid.
What a pro! What a pro!
And then he gets into bed, and I slept for 4 more hours. Yeah, I blew a roid. Like after this like horrible, it sounds like a torture chamber, but no, I blew a roid.
Easily 600 cc's of blood in the can, guys.
I didn't go look, YouTubers.
Well, no, but I did. I mean, and I know how to assess blood loss. I mean, that was part of my professional life.
All right, YouTubers, that's the story from the Bell Hotel. I'm gonna go take a whiz.
Well, that was wonderful.
Well, I'm glad we set that up.
Well told. You can't make this stuff up, guys. See, I woke up, and the way I remember it is I woke up and I wanted to try to find my glasses. I couldn't find my glasses, so I thought the best idea was to wander out into the hall and try to find my glasses. But this guy and I, that we sat there, we must have had about 11 or 12 pints between us. We had the most fun. Oh. Thomas did fall asleep. Don't let him fool you, did. I said to the guy, so I'll go over and get his passport out of his pocket and prove it to you. He's my son. That's all right. He said it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to him one way or the other. It's very interesting, when we did go to Canterbury, our first stop out of landing at Gatwick Airport, when we ended up in Canterbury, we went to a bed and breakfast, and seeing the two of us together with our luggage, this guy, the owner of the place, said he didn't think that we were appropriate for his establishment, and we'd be happier down the street, and he referred us to another bed and breakfast, and we went down there, and the guy said no problem, and gave us a room, and next morning fed us, and wonderful breakfast. This guy had been in the Royal Navy, lifeboat service, and but it turned out that the first guy thought we were gay, and had referred us down the street to a guy that was gay friendly in terms of where of course Thomas and I weren't any more gay. Well, I was gay, but I'm not. It wasn't like that's for gay thing. And I think we got a probably better breakfast at the second place anyway. Now, Paul's just gotten home, and Thomas is having a little bit of the largesse.
I don't like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. Mushrooms forever. Breaded squash forever. Breaded cucumbers forever. You've never liked mushrooms. That's true. I've never quite understood why you didn't. I mean, it did take me a while to, because it was a look. But once I, it's very interesting. My sister came home from college, she sort of introduced me to mushrooms.
I don't like mushrooms. Except raw on a salad.
That's nice. Oh, I do like that.
How are you, PDB?
Fine. Running all day.
Paul's home from work.
A lot of cleaning up to do.
People are pigs, man. People are fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Well, careful. That might be misunderstood by the people who are more younger than us.
Who are pigs?
No, by the people that don't like evaluate. They don't like descriptive statements because they take them as normative statements.
Right.
So now we've got all the construction people, family reunion, and a girls' sports team showed up for the weekend. So it's going to be a busy one.
Well, there we are. Watch Thomas eating a little food here.
Everybody.
I hope no one's laced this Marco's pizza with LSD or something.
Well, no, not like how shall we say certain well,
Other companies.
yes, which we won't go into here. So
Pretty good otherwise.
I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers.
Jeff's is good too.
Are we recording?
Yes.
I've already told Kelly that if I get too annoyed, that we'll just we'll just have to leave early. Dude, Dad, whatever you have in your refrigerator, that's awful.
I know it's terrible. No, I'll
Like,
deal.
I was all about eating some more of your
Honey,
food.
I'll deal with that.
And then you open the refrigerator.
Yeah, I know it's some sort of egg thing that Paul brought home that I just I mean it would have all been thrown out anyway. So,
but I mean, I want to throw up. That's terrible.
well, it's not that bad.
Oh yes, it is.
Well, no, it's not.
It just lingers a bit. It just out.
Lingers a bit. No, lingers a bit.
Well, no, but from my point, whenever I throw out food, and I rarely throw out food, it's a moral issue for me. It's a moral issue for me, and if it's all going to be thrown out anyway, so.
Bye, YouTubers.
Be ever so careful.
I will.
And
Um,
I'm gonna follow you out.
That's cool. Pray for a safe journey, YouTubers.
Yes, I will be doing that in church on.
A pancreas.
I'll be praying for the pancreas, but.
No, you have a medical book there.
Oh, I do. No, it's Larry Carey. Did you see that? Come here and see this. Here, hold that
I
up.
noticed.
Hold that up. My neighbor Henry got this book for me. The pancreas. No.
Oh, I'm
hold
sorry.
that up.
I'm sorry.
Edited by Larry Carey, my surgical chairman. No, wait a minute. No, we gotta get this. We gotta get this focus. There we go. Oh wow, The Pancreas by Larry C. Carey. What an outstanding individual. And so, but Henry found that at a used bookstore.
Oh, really?
And
and he remembered that was.
yeah. So Thomas is going to leave now, and so since my battery symbol is flashing, I'm going to say bye bye, YouTubers, and maybe Thomas will too.
Goodbye, YouTubers.